The Midnight Caller. It was a stormy Friday night when Emily received the first call. Thunder cracked in the distance, and rain lashed against the windows of her tiny apartment. She was curled up on the couch, engrossed in a true crime documentary, when her phone buzzed. Unknown number. She hesitated for a moment, then answered. "Hello?" At first, there was nothing but static. Then, faintly, a voice crackled through. "I see you." Emily's stomach dropped. "Who is this?" The voice was low, almost a whisper. "I'm closer than you think." The line went dead. A chill ran down her spine as she stared at her phone. She brushed it off, thinking it was just a prank. She had heard of random prank calls from creepy numbers, but something about this felt different. More personal. As the night wore on, Emily tried to shake the feeling of being watched. She double-checked her windows and doors, making sure everything was locked. Her apartment was small, a one-bedroom space on the outskirts of town. Quiet, isolated, safe, at least it had been. An hour later, the phone buzzed again. The same unknown number. Against her better judgment, Emily answered. "What do you want?" The voice returned, now more distinct. "You shouldn't have opened the door." Emily's heart pounded in her chest. She hadn't opened any doors. "I don't know who you are, but leave me alone." But the voice continued, ignoring her plea. "It's too late now." The call ended abruptly, leaving her staring at her phone, paralyzed with fear. She grabbed a knife from the kitchen, her hands trembling as she held it tight. Every shadow in her apartment seemed to shift, every creak of the building amplifying her fear. Her mind raced. Should she call the police? Tell them what? That some creep was playing games over the phone? They wouldn't take her seriously. But the voice, the way it spoke, felt too real. Like it knew her. Like it was nearby. And then she remembered something chilling. The documentary. In the episode she had been watching, the killer had stalked his victims by calling them late at night, telling them he was watching. And he always made his move after the second call. Emily's breath quickened as she realized the horrifying connection. She scrambled to the windows, pulling the curtains shut. Her eyes darted around the room, searching for any sign of intrusion. But everything was in its place. She was alone. Or was she? Her phone rang again, and this time, she didn't answer. She let it buzz, the unknown number flashing on the screen until it finally stopped. Silence filled the apartment once more, but it was the kind of silence that weighed heavy, like the air was thick with tension. Suddenly, a knock came at the door. Emily froze. She hadn't ordered anything, wasn't expecting anyone. It was nearly midnight. Who could possibly be at her door? The knock came again, louder this time, more insistent. She clutched the knife, tiptoeing toward the door. Her heart raced in her chest, thudding in her ears as she leaned in close, listening. "Emily." The voice was unmistakable. The same voice from the phone, but now it was right outside her door. She backed away, panicking, her mind racing with terror. How did they know her name? How did they find her? The door rattled as if someone was trying to force it open. Emily ran to the kitchen, grabbed her phone, and dialed 911, her hands shaking uncontrollably. 911. "What's your emergency?" the operator asked. "There's someone at my door," Emily whispered, her voice breaking with fear. "They've been calling me, saying they're watching me. Now they're here." "Stay calm. Officers are on their way. Can you see who it is?" "I'm too scared to look," Emily admitted, tears filling her eyes. The door rattled again, harder this time, and she jumped, almost dropping the phone. "Stay on the line with me," the operator urged. "Help is coming." The banging stopped. Everything went silent. Emily held her breath, waiting for the next move, but there was nothing. Just the sound of the rain pounding against the windows. And then, a new noise. A creak. It came from inside the apartment. Emily's blood ran cold. Slowly, she turned toward the hallway that led to her bedroom. The door was ajar. Had she left it open? She couldn't remember, but now it was moving, inching open. "I'm not alone," she whispered into the phone. There was a pause on the other end. "Lock yourself in a room until the police arrive," the operator instructed. "Stay as quiet as you can." But Emily's feet felt rooted to the spot. She couldn't move, couldn't breathe. The bedroom door creaked open all the way, revealing nothing but darkness beyond. "Emily!" The voice was inside now, low and menacing, echoing through the apartment. With a burst of adrenaline, Emily bolted into the bathroom, slamming the door behind her and locking it. Her chest heaved as she backed into the corner, clutching the knife, her phone still in her hand. Minutes passed in agonizing silence, the only sound her own panicked breathing. Then, footsteps, slow, deliberate, coming closer, closer. "Emily!" A loud bang shook the bathroom door. The police sirens wailed in the distance, but Emily knew they wouldn't arrive in time. Whatever was in her apartment, it was already too late. The door handle turned,